Alright, boys, we're back. Apologies for the long delay. As I said, of course, there was some issues. Dead Fox having some internet problems, and because of that, we have had to get things going. With sadly, HellRaisers playing with their coach, which is never going to be ideal, especially coming onto the last map of a best of 3. And of course, with this being in the lower bracket, that spot for IEM Sydney on the line for the overall winner of this qualifier. Hopefully he will be able to get that resolved and maybe hop back in. I'm not really too sure of the rules. I'm just here to cast. I have no idea how the admin stuff is done. But yeah, we're getting into it. Knife round gun in favor of OpTic. They're going to be starting off on the CT side rather, and HellRaisers on the offense. Here we go. Pistol round commencing. Couple smokes, couple flashes, couple nades. It's Angel and Hobbit who pick up a utility. And over on the OpTic side again, on the CT pistol, they do not bother picking up a defuse kit. Happy enough to just go ahead and actually keep all the players on Kevlar. Going to be taking a brute force approach to this round, perhaps. And that could be difficult. If it goes down again to a retake, that's when they're in a lot of trouble. But right now, 3 players stacked on towards B. That's where they're hoping HellRaisers will take the push eventually. Ami equals coach. Yeah, he is indeed. And there we go. HellRaisers actually are going to group up towards B, so his setup from OpTic could be very effective for sure. Having those 3 players already in position, all playing in positions where the smoke isn't going to actually block them off. But let's see, can they connect the shots? That's the main thing. Already the Glock opens it up from Ami. The coach actually doing a decent job to start it off, but look at Refresh. Playing from quad, running low on ammo. But for now, Yugi also still alive, giving him some help. Eventually, trades come in. And now it is a 2v2 config from Banana. Lines up the shots, eventually takes down Hobbit and drops the bomb. And with that, it's left all onto Woxic now. 1 on 2. We'll retrieve the bomb at least, but it's going to be tough to get planted. 20 seconds or just over that remaining, rather. Going to go straight for the stick. Okay, peek not coming in from CT, being cautious in case it was a fake. But Woxic gets the bomb down, and now can he find the kills is the question again. No defuse kit, so time could eventually become an issue. But I don't know if that's going to actually happen, but never mind. Woxic gets the first kill, comes out for the headshot onto config. And Woxic, a massive 3k, a 1v2 clutch. And a pistol round for HellRaisers that they do very much need. They want to get off to the best start they possibly can here, especially having that coach step in instead of Dead Fox. Yeah, guys, sadly, Dead Fox, as I said, having some internet issues. Hopefully it will be resolved. I presume he'd be allowed to jump back in during the game if he does end up getting his internet back on, but for now they do have to play with Ami. But as I said, they got the pistol round. At least it's a decent enough start. Let's see if they can keep it up though, because they are up against the force buy rather right now in this round. And as you can see, config did actually manage to open things up in favor of OpTic. That's Ami who got taken out early on. He was just trying to find that control in towards apartments and does end up falling. Give a weapon over, I don't believe. But look at this, the commitment towards B. Refresh with a UMP. Also from construction, it was snappy, but he gets dealt with quickly. Angel finds a second on the Mach 10. But that bomb site is indeed going to be opened up. The bomb plant should be found with ease, you would imagine at this point. That Molotov stopping config from doing anything to actually deny it. Go smoke towards Banana, given a chance for the retake to come in. Again, they do not have a defuse kit, so that's going to make things really difficult. Smoke actually goes down on the bomb as well, but can they get to the bomb is the question. It doesn't seem like it's going to be allowed. Angel found a third before eventually falling. Woxic on the AK there to close things out. 2 for him, 3 for Angel, and a second round found for HellRaisers. As into this one now, OpTic are going to have to take an eco, meaning HellRaisers rather should find that 3-0 start quite easily. Again, with a couple of Mach 10s as well to try and build up money. Look at this though. Nades being purchased. 5 of them. Might try and just straight up throw them down Banana in mid, or else they can keep them for late round and see if they'll be able to perhaps get the damage done, maybe towards the top of Banana. Here we go. There's one nade. Doesn't really connect anything too substantial, sadly. And there was 2 thrown out elsewhere as well. So the investment so far not really working out for OpTic. Nice kill from Ami. Mach 10 up against the Kevlarless opponent. Going to be quite easy for that to take the players down. As I said, of course, Hobbit as well having one, so a chance for Ami and Hobbit to build up money. You'd imagine they'll probably be sent in first. You can see that is the case. Over towards B, Hobbit going to be leading the charge, clearing out all the corners, and making sure these pistols are not going to get a chance to try and perhaps steal a rifle away. Fresh in towards construction. Has that P250 upgraded? Oh, I was going to say maybe he could get something, but never mind. Trying to hide in the smoke didn't work out. As the kills continue to go in favor of HellRaisers. A clean anti-eco, it seems. As only Cajun Snappy remain. Cajun was in a position where he wasn't spotted immediately, but Woxic just a little too quick on the AK, takes him down, and Snappy should be following to the grave quite soon. As there it is, all 5 survive for HellRaisers. There we go, first gun round for OpTic. Op available for Yugi, rifles across the board. A pretty solid buy in terms of utility as well, so good chance here at least for OpTic in this first gun round. But the second I say that, Angel finds the opening kill. Config goes a little bit crazy as he gets flashed into Banana. But a 1-for-1 trade in that position not really being enough for him in all honesty, so it does remain in a 4-on-3 for HellRaisers. They get some upgrades. Hobbit going to go off at a Mach 10 towards the AK. As we see a minute and 20 seconds remaining still, meaning HellRaisers do not have to force themselves into one of these bomb sites quite yet. Going to be taking their time, going to see if they can force someone to peek and maybe give them another opening in their favor before they actually begin to push forward into the crosshairs. There we go, Snappy, lone defender on B. Does find that opening kill a little bit segregated on the push right here. Too separated, I was going to say, for the trades to be found. But luckily enough, it is eventually brought in by Yisip. Taking down Snappy. And in the process, of course, taking control of the B bomb site. And it looks like HellRaisers will be able to pick up this opening gun round. As OpTic do struggle. M4 and up potentially to at least be saved over. But HellRaisers are taking these rounds extremely cleanly. They're building up a great economy, taking a 4-0 lead already on the T side of Inferno. And potentially off the back of that, may be able to bring it up to 5-0. OpTic, of course, getting $3,400 in this next round due to the full loss bonus, so I guess they probably will buy up. Cajun and Yugi rather can actually drop over at M4s, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see a full investment come in. Oh, toxic. JK, of course. But yeah, 4-0. As I said, I wouldn't be too surprised if they drop over the rifles and just buy, and that is indeed what they have gone for. Refresh actually picks up the opening kill with a nade, so for the first time in this matchup we do actually see, I believe, the first blood going in favor of OpTic, and I would say in a very crucial one as well. Again, having fully invested into this round, OpTic ideally do need to pick it up and put a stop to HellRaisers sooner rather than later. Looks like the hit is going to go towards A. 3 defenders in position. A smoke being put down. A pretty great timing right there to actually delay that push from balcony. Making things quite difficult here for HellRaisers. They still have utility, so I think they're just going to wait for that smoke to go. And there is not much left for OpTic, so HellRaisers definitely do still have a chance here. The flashes, if they can be effective with them. This could get tough for OpTic, but here we go. Hobbit leading the charge, coming out first, gets taken down immediately by Config. Cajun able to actually chime in as well and drop Ami as the kills continue to go in favor of OpTic. A sea of blue fills the kill feed, as Woxic is left alone in a position where he just is going to try and run away, rather, it seems. Buy easily going to come in this next round, but I guess if Woxic can save the AK, he can probably give that to Angel, or rather give that to Hobbit, who's sitting with 1250, and then buy an op for himself, so a decent save. He does have to survive, though. Doesn't want to go down after time. You can see Snappy actually relatively nearby. Has a chance to maybe try and take him down, but time not going to allow for it. Pause being called in. This could be, honestly, a tactical pause for either side. I don't have the info, sadly, about who called this one in, but I guess HellRaisers could call it proactively so that they do manage to actually win up. They want to win up this round, of course. They don't want to let their economy get broken. They want to get that reset straight in. And on the other hand, OpTic, knowing how crucial this round is, they cannot actually afford to get reset themselves. So, not sure who called it in. But yeah, either way, that pause came in. Both teams had some time to discuss things. And we are going to go ahead and get back into the action. HellRaisers, as I said, still going to be able to get that full buyout. And surprisingly, Woxic doesn't go for the op. Happy enough to stick onto the AK, I suppose. Does keep 7,000 in the bank, of course, meaning he will have money for the op into whatever next gun round they go for. What's the plan for HellRaisers right now? Bit of a slower default, it seems. Not initially getting the banana control as they had in those previous rounds, but doing so after that smoke begins to fade away. And of course, OpTic decided to pretty much give up the banana control, surprisingly. They could have taken it for themselves and then had the ability to rotate that fourth player towards A, which they did do in Yugi. But when they leave for Fresh alone and when he's back on the bomb site, it's near impossible for him to really get too much done in terms of being able to actually get info relatively early. Normally, you put the smoke towards the bottom, you get one player jump peeking banana or just spotting it with an op. HellRaisers, 50 seconds remaining. Looks like B probably going to be their target as we see Ami just selling a little bit of presence towards mid, trying to keep those A players in position. As Yugi soon maybe given the opportunity, and indeed he is. Peeking right into the crosshairs, Angel. Yugi shuts him down on the op, and the smoke's also being put in place, delaying this push from HellRaisers, making things very difficult. Rotations coming in already, and HellRaisers still yet to actually move forward, only doing so now, as they need to get these kills relatively quickly. Time running low, the peek comes in from Refresh. Only finds the one headshot. The trades continue to go in favor of OpTic for now. Yugi needs to be careful. If he goes down, they could be in trouble, but he connects it and takes the bomb under his control now. 10 seconds for Ami, the coach, to stand in here for HellRaisers. Has to step it up and clutch it out, and I don't know if that's going to be allowed. Trying to stick the bomb. They know the time is so low, but he actually does get it down. Tagged up, though. Can he force the 1v1 against either of these players? Push now coming in. Yugi, USP in hand. No, and he tagged them. Will indeed finish him off eventually. A second round being found for OpTic. HellRaisers, although they do get the bomb plant, I don't know what the buy is going to be like. I guess they probably will invest because Woxic can potentially drop over some rifles. And as you can see, Angel and Issa able to buy for themselves as well. So yeah, buy most likely here. You would imagine Woxic buys up one AK, should drop that over. Probably buy another and drop it over as well. To Ami, maybe. No, I'm going to go ahead and just actually get the full utility for himself. I guess it's worthwhile. Ami doing an okay job so far with the Mach 10 that he's been using pretty much every round. Of course, only 2 players surviving in that previous round for OpTic does mean they didn't build up much economy, so still a very crucial round for them to pick up. Having taken 2 gun rounds in a row, still going up against another from HellRaisers, kind of shows you how dominant those first few rounds were from HellRaisers. Not taking much damage, building up that economy massively. But they finally are beginning to run low now. Investing pretty much everything into this round. Config getting aggressive. Ooh, catches the timing just as the smoke is thrown out from Angel. But actually Issa, through the smoke, they're able to actually return the frag himself. Emerged from Boiler, catching Config off guard. A 1-for-1 actually going to be something that HellRaisers are happy with here on the T side. Does tend to favour the T's. Molotov to stop that push from balcony. And with just over 40 seconds remaining now, HellRaisers, they need to get going soon. Again, OpTic, they've been doing a good job for these last 2 rounds now of using that utility to really delay the push and allow for rotations, etc. to be called in. As Cajun finds the first bit of contact, does plenty of damage onto Ami. With 25 seconds now, HellRaisers really beginning to work against the clock at this point. They're going to need to find these kills very quickly, try and get that bomb down, and there we go. Issa gets 1. Yugi on the Opto, he's going to step it up. Cajun and Refresh chime in as well. And the kills are split across the board for OpTic. It's only Woxic who remains with 10 seconds. And without having the time to get that bomb to his site, there was nothing that he could do. Does end up getting taken down, of course. And with that now, 3 rounds for OpTic on the board. 1 in the difference, and with the economy that's available for HellRaisers, they should be forced to take an eco, likely allowing for OpTic to actually equalize the scoreline. So a good recovery from them early on. AK comes out on Woxic. Got that extra money, of course, as we had noted. Flash going in, that hit does some good damage, and Snappy following it up on the MP9 alongside Refresh. They will actually manage to find the man advantage. Losing an SMG, not too big of a deal. I don't think they'll be very upset about that. They did actually drop the AK of Woxic in the process of doing so. Didn't decide to try and control it though, so it should be picked up, I believe. Yeah, an MP9 and an AK picked up, so not too bad. HellRaisers still have a chance to try and get some damage in here. They want to just try and keep the economy modest for OpTic. But it's not going to be easy by any means. Again, good utility still left in the hands of OpTic. That nade not doing much. Hobbit just about able to actually make it back around the corner. Ooh, nice shot from Issa. Okay, he actually does have Kevlar, as does Hobbit, so maybe this is doable. There's only going to be the 2 players towards A. I was going to say Cajun to do the main defense, but actually Yugi did get an angle from Library and make that work for a kill as well. So there it is, 4-4. We're tied up on maps at 1-1. We're tied up on rounds at 4-4 here on the 3rd map. Again, though, of course, HellRaisers playing with the disadvantage here in this map of having Ami step in due to Deadfox having internet issues. Meaning things will be quite difficult. They probably want to get a good few rounds here on this T side because Ami, of course, not a player. He could be exploited perhaps a bit once they swap over to CT. It'll be interesting to see, but here we go. Early on, some banana control to be brought in from HellRaisers, taking up that pace a little bit. They do end up taking small bits of damage due to the utility, but it's not too bad, I suppose. Only really Angel who gets tagged down. Quick shot from Yugi. OpTic beginning to really gain some momentum for themselves now. Looking much more confident in their ability than we've seen back on Overpass. What's with the yellow hood? I like the yellow hood, okay? I can change it. I can change it if people don't like it. But I'll have to do it after this map. In that case, it's what I play with, and again, I did just forget to change it, and people weren't really complaining. It was talked about a couple times. I like it though. If it's in well rather with the rest of the colors. But here we go. HellRaisers now a man disadvantage, just grouping up outside of B. Going to be going for a quick hit and hoping that they will find success. Molotov towards Dark, smoke on CT. Of course, as I said, OpTic been doing a good job of saving their own utility. They have a Molotov to put down. They have flashes to delay this push even further. As this is getting tough for HellRaisers. Just being slowed down so massively. Config making the play. Only finds 1, sadly. But again, time getting low, 11 seconds remaining, a 2-on-3. Woxic's just going to have to stick that bomb plant and hope he won't get taken down, but he falls. That's the round over and done with. Nothing can be done for Hobbit here. Oh, needs to not die after time. Should be okay because of getting that kill. Escapes into construction indeed and saves the M4 over, but of course now the economy a little bit imbalanced for that HellRaisers side. Probably going to have to take the eco here, but as you can see, Hobbit not getting loss bonus from that previous round means he sits at $750. Should be okay in the next. I believe they actually are working with, at this point, I think it might actually be the full loss bonus. I'll have to go check on HLTV. Again, the scoreboard in-game doesn't show the round streak. Yeah, indeed, it has actually been the 5 rounds in a row now for OpTic, so HellRaisers are going to be getting $3,400 in the next round, so not a big deal. Saving that M4, I would say, was worth it. Again, HellRaisers just grouping up on Banana with the majority of their forces. They've been leaving Ami as a little bit of a lurker. He's been pretty much every round being the one just put towards apartments. And the main control from HellRaisers, the main presence has seemingly always been showed over towards Banana. Or shown over towards Banana, rather. Here we go. They're actually going to just go and try and go straight into B. Again, only having the one rifle, mostly pistols in their possession. It is going to be tough. As you can see, it doesn't start off well. Flank from Angel. I thought he was going to actually get that kill on Yugi, but it works out better. Hobbit going to find the initial. Refresh then still has no idea that Angel was in construction. And he's going to go ahead and find 2 quick kills. The CZ then trades it up to the op. And suddenly it is a 2 versus 2. A good chance for HellRaisers in this round right now as it sits pretty equal overall. Bomb plant coming in. That nade, though. Some good damage being connected. And a Molotov towards Quad may actually force Hobbit out into the open, but it doesn't matter. Angel on the op continues to frag. 1 versus 1. Cajun trying to save the day, though. Does the damage. Can he close it out is the question. Molotov on the bomb to try and run the time down. Smoke put into place so that he can maybe try and go to it, but he's actually just going to find the spam through the smoke. Angel trying to catch the timing as the smoke is dropped. He peeks out hoping to catch Cajun exposed. But it didn't happen. And that is going to be OpTic finding a 6th round. But of course, good damage from HellRaisers overall. They can be pretty happy with that. Problem is, OpTic have built up a pretty decent economy. They're going to be buying again. And they are, of course, currently still in control with 6 rounds having been won in a row for them. This is, of course, a very crucial gun round right here for HellRaisers. Oh, Ami actually gets the opening kill on Yugi. There we go. Opens things up. The coach shown that he's capable of standing his ground against OpTic currently. Did a decent job overall. Gets caught with a Molotov there in his hand as he tried to toss that down to stop the peak. Timing being a little bit unfortunate, but as we can see, HellRaisers now going to commit straight to the A-bomb site. That Molotov doing a good job at actually separating these players from each other, but it doesn't matter because they're winning every single aim duel. As pretty quickly the round seemingly having just barely begun, already seems to be over. Refresh left to save. It will be a buy in this next round from OpTic as long as Refresh saves that M4. He can drop it to config. But they're going to invest pretty much everything into this upcoming round, so it's definitely not ideal. And even then, they're not going to have great money because they're only getting $1,400, of course, meaning Yugi and Snappy going to be sitting at $3,900. Refresh going to be sitting about $3,900 as well, but of course he can drop over a rifle. And Occasion having, I believe, $4,100. So, yeah, it's going to be a very limited buy if they want to go for it. And Refresh, he does have to try and stay alive. Of course, the hunt coming in, rather, the wall bang. Going into place as well. Damages up Refresh and sadly not able to survive. There was very little chance from there. He was completely surrounded. As I said, of course, OpTic haven't fully invested into this round now. 3 rifles, a UMP, and a Deagle, barely any utility. And this is a round they need to pick up. And again, Ami, he's been in that position pretty much every round, so at this point, OpTic know that it is potentially a kill that they can find the majority of the time. And Angel trying to make a play creeping through the smoke is going to gift themselves over to Yugi, rather. So, not looking good in this round for HellRaisers. They themselves looking like they may get reset pretty quickly. Thankfully, winning that previous round so clean while all 5 players alive means they do have money for another buy. But ideally, they would have wanted this round win. Let's see. Hobbit and Issa, can they at least make it a costly? Can they drop some weapons? Is the question. Cajun playing up close in this corner. Will Hobbit check it? Not immediately, actually, as he does take the fight towards Yugi and win it. But of course, an easy trade for Cajun. Drops the bomb. All on Issa now. 1 versus 4. There's not really too much that you can do in this position. Config not actually at 0-0-0. They'd reconnect to the server after that previous round, of course. Rontix, you're wrong. Ami is not Dead Fox. Dead Fox is having internet issues. But yeah, as you can see, it's just attempting to save. We'll be able to do so miles away from the closest player, meaning at least that AK will be carried over, and HellRaisers, of course, going to pretty easily find another buy. And a pause being called in. HellRaisers knowing this is a crucial round. Losing this one means OpTic already find 8. And probably a 9th off the back of it, as HellRaisers would be forced down to an eco. So they realize how crucial this is. That initial 4-round lead that they had at 4-0 has completely slipped away. Here we go. As I said, a very crucial round for HellRaisers, one that they do need to pick up. They've started things off, some control towards Banana. But it looks like they are going to find the fight soon. Refresh and I believe Snappy on this side of the map currently. Good work by Angel. Is forced forward by the Molotov. That got dangerous, but as you can see, Snappy having fallen back off could not help Refresh out. He goes down for free. And with that, already a man advantage goes towards the HellRaisers side. With the 4v5 OpTic, they may want to consider making a play somewhere, and just as I said, I'd actually see Config tempted to push on B. They expect a flash to be thrown in, and yeah, that's exactly what happens, but Config, a little bit fortunate there, he didn't step forward. Would have went into the spray, most likely. Coming in from the AK. Nice kill being found rather by Yugi there, taking down Ami, lurking towards A again. But as we can see, the push is getting prepared to come in towards B. Are they going to be successful is the question. Snappy, the flash allows for him to peek and take a quick headshot towards Hobbit. One more player still on the actual bomb site as well. That was Config, but he's not able to get much done. Instantly goes down. And a quick headshot from Woxic onto Cajun B suddenly opens things up. 8 seconds, they need to get this bomb down ASAP to spam. Will it be successful? No, Snappy's so low on health that his tracers are spotted. And he gets finished off through the smoke because of it. HellRaisers come in with a 6th round win. And OpTic, not having built up any money for themselves, put into a very tough position. A double eco going to be in play for Yugi and Cajun B, meaning the buy is going to come in. They lose this one. HellRaisers, they're looking at potentially 8 rounds on that T side. Oh, Config. Oh, Ushai. Aggression and config. Name a better duo. He goes down again. I said they know he's playing this position, and that's definitely something that they can exploit, and pretty much have been doing so time and time again. Nice catch on the snappy. That smoke, as he faded, of course, became a little bit more noticeable on the radar. That was not the nade that they were aiming for. Actually does a bit of damage onto Woxic and Angel. Let's see, what's the plan for HellRaisers? They still have well over a minute, so they don't really have to commit at this point. They can take their time to come to a decision. And it looks like they may bring it back around towards A. Just leaving Woxic for now, selling a little bit of a fake towards B. Config though in this auto shot. We're going to see him with more opportunities now. Or maybe we won't. That smoke going down does scare HellRaisers off for now. Oh, how did this get into pit? I took a sip of water for a second. The second I looked back, he was in pit. Didn't get a kill somehow. I saw a bit of an awkward spray. With that man advantage in place for OpTic now. 2 players on the actual bomb site to try hold this down. Config still alive with the auto shot. This is going to be a great weapon for this position, but he swings wide and does go down. But look at this, the trades, they continue to come in. OpTic retain the man advantage, as it is only Hobbit left to clutch out a 1v2. And it's not going to happen. Instantly shut down. OpTic come in with the force buy, they make it happen. And they snatch a round away from HellRaisers that they probably shouldn't have had much chance in. Issa from the pit there should have been able to find that kill, in all honesty. That could have been the one that turned around in the favor of HellRaisers. Is at least able to get another full buyout. The bomb plant boosted up the economy a little bit, so investment comes in for AKs and the Galil. Still around that could go either way. 6 rounds is decent enough for HellRaisers on the D side, of course, but having the coach as a stand-in, being able to get off to that 4-0 start, they would have been definitely hoping for a bit more. So here we go, the smoke. We'll actually play around the Angel, gets some vision towards the top of Banana. Connects a pretty non-substantial amount of damage. Oh, and that Molotov going to be an issue. Forced out to the open, spam down. But Woxic there to help, takes the peek and finds the headshot, but it is costly. As I said, Angel had been tagged down. Woxic takes a lot of damage as well. So even with this man advantage, it's still a round that is going to be tough for HellRaisers to try and close out. So it looks like they might again favor towards A. Not having the banana control, it is definitely understandable that they're going to try and do so, but the problem is they also don't have this mid control. And you can see Yugi, he wants to keep it over in favor of OpTic, already finding 2 quick kills, a flash to try and stop the push from coming in to rush him down, and actually does manage to get out of the corner as well and stay alive. Big kills being found, still a couple low HP players, kills continuing to go in favor of OpTic, and this looks like they should indeed be picking up this 9th round on the CT side. Unless a little bit of a miracle is pulled off here by the remaining 2 players being Woxic and Ami. And there it is, Cajun on the UMP. He actually gets both kills to close it out, rather. 9-6 at halftime. Again, considering HellRaisers were up 4-0, OpTic are going to be very happy with how well they were able to recover that half right there. Big versus 3D Max, of course, going to be the next matchup on this channel. The video already actually been done for that, so we can talk about that, I guess, while we're in the halftime. Inferno, Dust2, and Cash. So we'll be going straight from this Inferno onto another one between Big and 3D Max in that upper bracket final. And then there'll be Dust2 as well, and if needed, Cash as the decider. So that'll be an interesting matchup. It is, of course, going to be pushed back a few minutes, I would presume, while we wait for this game to end. Right now, OpTic looking favoured, but not really 100%, of course. 6 rounds on the T side isn't bad for HellRaisers. If they can pick up this pistol round especially, suddenly we do have a game that could be very close on our hands. Again, guys, sadly, Deadfox did have some internet issues and wasn't able to get back. That's why we had such a long break between the second and third map, because Deadfox was trying to get his internet fixed, but he wasn't having any luck. And they did opt to start with Ami. Hopefully we won't be waiting too long here to get back into the action. Taking a little while on the halftime break. I guess maybe they could be waiting to see if Deadfox is able to get back on. Coming towards the last half, of course, it is best of 3. Loser eliminated from the qualifier. There's definitely a lot on the line. Yeah, don't worry, guys. Just halftime. You should be able to tell that by, see if you look at the score, 9-6. If it's 9-6, you're not going to see rifles in anyone's hands. These casters are so boring. Well, it's good that you think I'm 2 people, but I am not. Here we go. Am I casting solo again? Yeah, sadly, I am keen. I was trying to get someone to hop in with me for a while, but sadly, most of my caster friends being busy doing other stuff as well, so we are solo again for today. This is the first of 3 best of 3 series that I'm going to bring to you guys. And yeah, it's been a good one so far. Into this third map now. Which way is it going to go is the question. OpTic now on the D side. Snapping in config, picking up utility, and then over for HellRaisers, it's Ami who goes for the defuse kit with some flashes, which actually will allow for that peak to come in early on. Straight down banana. It looks like actually Hobbit and Angel may want to push somewhat aggressively. Or at least they did initially, because now they've decided against it, leaving just Angel to hold this position. That allows for them to actually take a bit of a gamble and stack a 4th player towards that A-bomb site. Here we go. Commitment seemingly going to come towards A pretty quickly in this round right now. Ooh. Patient just stutter step inside the side. Finds the opening headshot. One trade from Ami, but that's all that's allowed. The A-bomb site quickly falling under the control of OpTic. Bomb going to be planted, and config in a perfect position to cut off that rotation. Will do so successfully. Hobbit left all alone now. Not sure if there's much you can do. Chicken running past them. Oh, there's another one. All the chickens running away from the gunshots, trying to escape the safety, but speaking of escaping the safety, Hobbit not allowed to do so. He does get taken down. 10-6, OpTic going to increase that lead a little bit further, getting a solid start here into the second half. And HellRaisers, they have completely lost control of this game at this point, it seems. What does it say? Round X999. It's just an ESCA thing. Whatever way they set it up, the client does the restart at halftime, etc. So I don't know. It just shows rounds out on 999 for some reason. What's happening right here? Just chilling in library. All of them in spawn, pretty much. I'm guessing there's an issue. Game must have been called to a stop. Caster can't handle banter. I can handle banter, fam. Not sure what's going on. It seems like we have lost the player from the HellRaisers side. A little bit unfortunate. Hopefully that won't be more internet issues for them. That would be horrible at this point, of course. It is, I believe, Hobbit as well, who is now missing from the server. So I'm going to check if maybe there's any updates about what's going on. So I will actually be quiet for a second while I just go check if the admins have put any info in. doesn't seem like we actually have any news about what's going on, so I'm hoping this won't be an issue that does persist for too long. But I guess while we have this issue, guys, I'm probably going to go ahead and send it on over to a quick break, run a couple of advertisements, give you guys some terrible music to listen to, and we'll pop back in as soon as... Oh, okay, never mind, it's 5 on the server, so I'm actually going to stop talking right now and hope that they're just going to go live soon. Of course, Match Medic is going to be needed.
Counter-terrorists win.
We need another army. Yeah, if Hobbit hadn't come back, I don't know who they would have been able to actually get as a stand-in. So that would have been very awkward. But yeah, as you can see, Hobbit does return. Dead Fox still yet to fix his internet, from what I understand. So they are going to be continuing on with this 5-man lineup. A pause has been called though. So, or rather, the pause is still yet to be removed. They have done the Match Medic. Honestly, not too sure what's taking so long. Oh, there we go. We're starting again. And that should be it. Match Medic has been done properly this time. It is it's 10. Is it 10-6? Yeah, it is 10-6. I'm gonna just presume that's wrong up in the corner. I think this happens sometimes. Don't worry about saying 7. I'm pretty sure that happens sometimes when you match medic, that it doesn't actually fix the round score up the top until after one round is played, rather. So it should be okay. But yeah, the pause still in place. This round gonna have to be an eco, you would imagine, from HellRaisers. Seven viewers. Yeah, 7 viewers in the GoTV. That would just be, I guess, myself and whatever other languages are casting it. Try being more enthusiastic. I can when the actual game is on. There's not really a lot I can do when we're just waiting around for issues to be resolved. Normally it'd be sent over to like a break or something, but I was trying to keep it going. But here we go. As I said, of course, HellRaisers, they were in a position where they likely would have had to have taken an eco, so they have decided to just force up into this one. CZs mostly across the board. A UMP for Ami. Oh, and a lot of damage going in their favor. A nice nade towards Snappy. What is happening there? Ami, I think it was because of the Molotov, maybe that makes sense. I think he was just kind of like standing in front of Woxic. That eventually led to the death of both players. One trade at least being found, rather. But as we can see, the A-bomb site now going to be under attack. The pistol's going to struggle as they do decide to try and push forward. Issa from behind, he can just line them all up. They have no idea. Gets one and a dink. But sadly for HellRaisers, OpTic, they have gone ahead and taken over control of that bomb site either way and finished it off to take themselves an 11th round. As you can see, it was of course just a weird issue with the game that it showed 7 for HellRaisers. The second OpTic picked up that round. It did fix back to the 6 that they are actually on. 11-6. That was the round after the pistol, for anyone who may have forgot about it, so that's why they did force in. Of course, that means now getting $2,900, I believe, into this next round now. They started on 1,924, 2,900 now into the next, yeah. So, they'll get a really good buy into this next round. But for now, it is just, again, pistols, which should give OpTic a pretty quick 12-6 lead. See, already OpTic with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining, already taking the full banana control, and I think actually sending Snappy in to scout out that bomb site currently, meaning he should be able to actually spot that it is up for the taking. Bomb also now being brought in this direction, so I think they have indeed actually realized that, so it should be a pretty easy round. They could maybe still get a couple of kills out of it though, but Fresh got a pop up from the underpass. Mo's down 2. Assistance occasion B being found, as well as he also takes a couple for himself. And that leaves only Issa remaining now. Deagle in his hands. Can he maybe find a couple of kills? It's possible, but I don't know if it's going to happen. His position now being known as he does get spotted against that Mach 10 without Kevlar. Aim punch, of course, going to be an issue. He does get finished off. A good round by OpTic. Not going to lose a single player. Good for building up their economy, of course. But this is where HellRaisers now do get onto the buy, and of course, this is one that they have to make work. If they don't pick it up, it's likely going to be a 14-6 lead, you would imagine, for OpTic at that point, and just a difficult comeback for HellRaisers to try and make happen. So, important round up in the hands of Woxic. Decent amount of utility. Let's see if they can make it work. Surprising occasion, he is actually stuck onto that Mach 10. Happy enough to use that. It can definitely still be effective. There is 2 players with the helmets actually over on the HellRaisers side, so could still be used quite effectively for entry kills. Entry frags, rather. Again, a reminder, it was HellRaisers with a quick start in this map, leading 4-0 if I remember correctly at one point, and since then been able to find very little. They need to step it up on the CT side. Woxic looks like he could be tested soon. There is still utility for OpTic, so they can smoke off that long corner, which I believe they should be doing. You can see Cajun going to throw that smoke in indeed from Boiler. And it looks like the commitment probably will come towards A eventually. Could be a fake, but for now it seems like they do want to commit. They are going to begin to go forward. Short and the apartments. Let's see if they're going to be effective. Cajun gets the opening kill. Refresh going to be able to shut down actually 2 quick kills from the balcony. Ami and Issa going to be dropped. And instantly you can see that Hobbit and Angel realize there's very little chance for them in this round to actually pull off the retake. 2v5, definitely not worthwhile. Gonna just try and save those 2 rifles. And by doing so, they should actually be able to pull out a buy. They have the full loss bonus at $3,400 after losing 5 in a row now. So we should see them, I'd imagine, buy up. That's as long as they can save both weapons, of course. So let's see, because right now Config has a chance and does actually drop Angel. The big game. Oh yeah, we're hopping over to the big game when this ends. Has it started already? I thought it would have waited for this. Okay, so the big game has actually started. That's a little bit unfortunate, but we have to finish this one off, of course, before we can head on over to that one. Of course, it's now 13-6, so I don't think this one's going to go on too much longer, but you never know. Maybe HellRaisers can begin to pull it back. They didn't actually go for the full investment in this round either. Only saving with the 1 weapon, they decided against it. They spent some excess cash and give themselves a chance to get damage in. And that's exactly how things begin, because it is Woxic on the scout to drop Refresh. Kills actually are this time being traded back by OpTic. How does Yugi get both of those? Somehow goes in his favor. Snappy does check the back corner of the bomb site, and with that, a 14th round indeed going to be found for OpTic. Hobbit seems to be still rotating in towards A, but I don't think that's worthwhile. He'd be better off just trying to save at this point, in all honesty. There, he does end up actually going down, so strange that he hangs around. That op would have been a good weapon to carry into that next round, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. They can actually still get the full buy-in, but this is potentially the last full gun round they will be allowed. We go. As I said, potentially the last gun round for HellRaisers if they can't make this one work. Getting away from them. Oh, nice flash comes in. Allows for Issa to go ahead and take the beat. That was actually really nice. Had his teammate throw that flash from over from in Boiler down the steps, and it flashed perfectly to actually blind up Cajun. So good work early on. HellRaisers, they grab a man advantage. Angel on Banana finding plenty of success. A double kill comes in. A 5-on-2 suddenly in play. As into this first gun round, HellRaisers, they do indeed look pretty solid here to start things off. Problem is already with how many rounds they have given up, it's gonna have to be pretty much a flawless CT side throughout if they want to make this happen and actually give themselves a chance to try and come back into it. Plenty of money, of course, for OpTic, so they can try and go for this. Get some kills, keep the economy low. Oh, that was a quick headshot from Snappy. The fact that he even was able to find that one before Woxic took him down from behind was a little bit ridiculous, but it's okay. The 1-for-1 trade still going to keep things heavily in favor of HellRaisers, of course. And there it is from Angel to get the final kill and take a 7th round now. Meaning they're working with half of that of their opponent, but it's such a long road ahead. Going to have to be 9 rounds in a row from this point forward for HellRaisers if they want to get the win in regulation. If they concede even 1 round, then of course the best that they can do is take it to overtime. As I said, of course, OpTic have built up a nice economy for themselves, so they're not going to struggle to buy too soon. Even if they lose this one, they will find the buy in the one that follows, and then, I guess, depending on how that round goes, they could maybe find more bomb plants, etc. would help them. Let's see, grouping up early on, not really going for too much control towards Banana, and you can see, actually, HellRaisers themselves not wanting to contest. They have decided to hang back towards the bomb site, meaning they don't get a lot of info. Of course, OpTic right now, they are grouped up towards A. That smoke should hold them off for at least a few seconds. Beginning to use their utility already with still a minute remaining. They do need to make sure that they actually have some once that push begins to come in. Here we go. Execute going to be going down onto the A-bomb site. A couple of smokes to try and cut off the players in the pit from being able to help out anyone else. Actually, aggressive stance though from the CT side. Snappy, a nice trade there towards Woxic and a flick around to take down Ami. Suddenly a 4-on-3 now. If this reset comes in, HellRaisers are in a lot of trouble. They cannot afford to lose this round. And it looks like it's going to happen. Only Issa on the bomb site gets one. But that's all he's allowed. 15-7, OpTic reaching map and series point. And of course, again, a reminder, loser if this is eliminated from the qualifier, meaning their chances of making it to IEM Sydney will be shattered. OpTic on 15. One more round to close it out. And into this one, as you can see, for HellRaisers, it's very, very weak. A Scout, an M4, a UMP, and a couple of pistols is all that they have to work with. Look how aggressive Angel gets early on. Nice little shot on the CZ. Quick follow-up of a couple of bullets to take down Snappy. Actually keeps going aggressive. That's risky, but it works in his favor. Gets Yugi as well. Steals away an op now, and suddenly HellRaisers are actually beginning to find the lifeline in this round. What's the plan for OpTic now? That's the question. Config, of course, was also tagged down pretty heavily early on, so he's been weakened. Is going to be difficult for them to try and actually get this done. Woxic gets one there. He's been pretty much shut down. Eventually the one trade comes in, but as we can see, still of course heavily favoring HellRaisers. The bomb also yet to be planted. Not sure what's going on. The auto director just wasn't work when I tried to press the buttons to swap to certain players. It was bringing up the chat. Very strange. But yeah, Occasion and Refresh now pushing into B. 2 players in position to try and hold it down. Angel takes an aggressive peek, which could be very dangerous. Does fall back for now. A boost coming into place for Hobbit means if he can even just find 1 kill and fall off, the round pretty much confirmed in their favor. There we go. Not gonna happen. Occasion. Oh my god, no. This is working out for OpTic somehow. They brought it back to the 2v2. They spot out Issa in the CT spawn. The kills are coming in as it's all on to Refresh up against Ami. The coach has to save the day. Been spotted, the bomb being tapped, not sticking. A Refresh needs to get this down as the push comes in. Will he get the gun out in time is the question. 2 bullets pretty much need to be connected, or one if it's a headshot, which is what he finds. 16-7. OpTic clutch it out from a 2 versus 5 and pull themselves back into that round to take the victory. And of course, HellRaisers now eliminated from the qualifier. Overall a decent series, but very one-sided maps. Of course, the first 2 maps going one-sided, one in favor of OpTic, one in favor of HellRaisers. 16-8, 16-7, and then 16, if I remember correctly, 16-7 here as well. So yeah, a very back and forth series in terms of either team just pretty much taking control of one map at a time. But yeah, guys, we are going to go ahead and send it on over to a quick break for a few minutes. I think we're going to hop into the big versus 3D Max game very soon, but I do need to, of course, swap over to that GoTV, etc. And I believe it is already live, so hopefully we don't miss too much more. Oh, actually, is it live? I don't think so. Maybe not. No, it's not currently live, so we haven't actually missed any of the big versus 3D Max games. So as soon as that's ready to go live, we will be hopping into it. But until then, guys, we are going to send it over to that break.